I wasn't going to talk about Bitcoin on this channel again, but seeing communism rise up like a dreaded poisonous snake in America ready to strike, I feel that it's my duty to impart some of the knowledge that I've gained in an effort to keep you guys free. And the other reason that I'm doing this is I was discussing it with a really good friend of mine, a super successful businessman, and he's trying to continue to warn me about Bitcoin being fueled by nothing but rampant speculation, and that this is in fact what is pumping and supporting the price, and that the speculators, they're going to bail at the first sign of trouble. Gold, on the other hand, he tells me, it's got history, thousands of years as the world's ultimate store of value, and central banks, they're starting to buy it up, and they're holding it like squirrels do nuts for the winter. Well, let me tell you why gold, in fact, became the planet's default money, because he's right about that, and why it's about to be dethroned by the Orange King, Bitcoin. First off, gold's origin story. It won out across multiple cultures independently because it's scarce. Humans can't just whip up more of it like the fiat printers on steroids do today. Dollars, euros, yen. Governments keep the printing press in the modern day on overdrive, flooding the economy with liquidity so that the currency inflates, wiping out real debt by paying it back in the same nominal dollar terms that are worth far less than when they were borrowed. But of course, in the process, this printing dilutes your wealth. If you're just a saver with money in the bank, your savings are diluted faster than a watered-down cocktail at that seedy bar in Las Vegas. Gold's supply, it ticks up, but it does so slowly at a basically predictable 1 to 2% a year, like a metronome set to inflation we can live with. It's proof of work before Bitcoin made that phrase cool, and you have to dig it out of the ground with sweat, blood, and dynamite. It doesn't rust. It doesn't ghost you. If you melt it, it can be refigured. The same nugget of gold will outlast your great-grandkids' great-grandkids. Central banks stash it as their fiat apocalypse policy. And hey, granted, it's been the cross-cultural bling for millennia. And old habits, old paradigms of the world die hard. But here, my friends, is the kicker. Those habits are why gold's sticking around even when something superior struts on in. Why trade my physical shiny object for some magic internet beans? Everybody scoffs. So let's compare these two head to head. I hate to tell you this, but it's like me trying to take on LeBron in basketball. I'm good, but it's not even gonna be close. Number one, portability. Gold. Try smuggling a bar across a border without customs turning you into a piñata or some sketchy gang relieving you of your heavy luggage problem. Bitcoin? Memorize 12 words in your noggin and you've got infinite density of wealth teleporting globally. It's like carrying Fort Knox in your brain. Take that, TSA. 2, storage and security. Hide your gold in a backyard bunker and pray no one with a metal detector turns treasure hunter. Or maybe if you want, if you have it, you can blow millions guarding it like the US does at Fort Knox. Talk about a money pit. Bitcoin, approximately zero storage cost. Scatter your keys around the world like digital confetti. Most smart Bitcoiners don't leave it on the exchanges because these people aren't amateurs, nor does any individual have access to it without collecting all those keys. 3, divisibility. You want to buy a latte with gold? Good luck shaving off a sliver without looking like a mad alchemist. With Bitcoin, you slice that baby with the digits of your finger into 100 million Satoshis, easier than pi. Pay for that meal with pocket change from the future. 4, scarcity. Gold is absolutely rare, but alchemist dreams, they might come true one day in this modern day of technology, or maybe we mine an asteroid and we flood the market like a bad crypto airdrop. And as prices soar in this world, miners torch rainforests to profit from them, to dig that ore out of the ground or from the rivers, and supply creeps up unpredictably. Bitcoin, it's not scarce. No, it's an absolute scarcity. Fixed at 21 million coins, period. Price skyrockets, miners can't magic more out of thin air. It's game over. It's the only commodity with an absolutely inelastic supply. In other words, price could rise to the stratosphere and supply will not rise with it, which is in contrast to every other commodity. In other words, once again, an inelastic supply, 100% certainty. 5, attractiveness. Okay, gold wins the beauty pageant. Jewelry game, it's pretty strong. It's pretty to stare at. Who doesn't like that shiny yellow metal? Bitcoin, not going to sparkle on your neck, but who needs bling when you've got brains? 6, speed of settlement. Shipping gold for a deal? Cough up millions for armored trucks and hope pirates don't show up. Hello, Somalia, I'm talking to you. Bitcoin, that settles in 10 minutes. You can send $1 billion for 40 cents. It's like emailing somebody money. Literally, zap, it's done. 7, authenticity. That gold bar could be tungsten in a fancy coat. Fake as a politician's promise. Bitcoin, on the other hand, tracked on an immutable ledger by thousands of nodes operating around the globe. No fakes, no drama. You know it, you got it, it's conferred. Now let's talk about energy and the environment, because the haters, they love to pummel Bitcoin with this one because Bitcoin is proof of work and it guzzles electricity in order to make that the case. But it chases the cheapest power, which is often renewables in nowhereville places where it would otherwise go to waste. I personally saw this in Costa Rica on a coffee farm with hydro acting as the source of power and electricity from a river running down the mountain. Energy going poof at night. Slap a miner on that and boom, suddenly you have profitability at near zero cost. Remote villages get electricity for the first time thanks to Bitcoin ops tapping stranded energy that again would otherwise go to waste. Now you contrast that with gold mining, mercury poisoned rivers in the Amazon, ecosystems wrecked like a bad breakup. And I personally, unfortunately, witnessed it directly in Peru, and it's heartbreaking. Bitcoin harnesses the wasted energy. Gold trashes paradise. Once the FUD from Ripple shills and banker puppets like Elizabeth Warren fades, Bitcoin's green glow up will shine. Look, gold was humanity's best shot in an analog world. Scarce, tough, trusted, but it is an absolute relic today, kind of like dial-up in the age of fiber optics. Bitcoin's the engineered upgrade. Zero inflation risk, borderless teleportation built for our digital dystopia that's definitely going to come, or they're going to try to usher it in. And no other coin matches its decentralized muscle, energy-backed grit, or even its global street cred. It's not even close. Sure, Bitcoin might crater 70%. Maybe my friend is correct about that. It's done so before. But those in the know who see it as self-sovereign freedom that will always be in demand because of the freedom that it offers, because it represents actual energy usage, and it is like frozen energy in the digital form, they are going to trade massive amounts of their fiat for it as it's dropped likely buffering it, but it could still drop 70%, except for the fact that eventually more and more people are going to realize governments can't easily seize it. They can't shut it down. In Nigeria, they lock your cash. Lebanon, folks storm banks with rifles just to try to get their own money that they deposited into it. In Cyprus, the EU wiped out big deposits, gone, sayonara, never seen again. Canada, trucker protests, funds frozen like a bad winter. Bitcoin's peer-to-peer rebellion in a world where AI and CBDCs are gearing up to lock you permanently into change. My friends, this is your digital lifeboat. And how much is that seat, that insurance policy worth to you as a sovereign individual? And I'm going to tell you, if Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme, it's the longest running one ever. 16 years strong, outlasting tulip mania by miles. People will ditch their gold addiction eventually. Paradigm shift because reality doesn't care about nostalgia. Bitcoin isn't just better, it's vastly superior in every damn way. So please, wake up, everybody. Wake up, world. The future is going to be orange, and it's decentralized, and Bitcoin will win out in a normal world over gold and fiat because it is superior. In the dystopian world of full control that the left desires to cast over us, it might be the only lifeboat away from that dystopian mess for you and your loved ones. Act accordingly, and God bless.